After the last video I put out, I had multiple people ask me in one day how I create my videos. And if you're lost on how to start your YouTube channel, I want to show you these main apps that I use to create my videos, keep track of my YouTube algorithms, and watch my channel grow, how I create my thumbnails and the importance of thumbnails. You don't have to figure this out on your own. I have some great ideas for you, and you do not have to spend a ton of money to get started. To start, I'm going to show you how I use my iPhone and tablet to create my videos. Select movie when you're using your iPhone movie setup, and this is included on both of iPhone and iPad. Once you select your video that you want to choose, you're going to create the movie. You can see at the top that I'm trying to zoom into my video. That way I can format it where I want it to be. I always turn the volume down there at the very bottom. And then I always adjust my speed if I want to slow it down or speed it up. I always include one clip at a time. That way I don't overwhelm myself and forget to edit one video. If I add a whole bunch at a time, then I might bypass one. So I personally like to edit one video at a time and then make sure that everything is fine, the volume, the speed. You can see the little turtle and the rabbit, check my zoom on it, and I will finish that little video before I move on to the next. One thing that is really important when you add your little clips in between is the transition. Like right here, here's no transition. See how it just abruptly switched to the next video? I'm going to go through and play the different transitions that is included with iMovie. That way you can see what kind of transition you like to use in your video. And it really makes a difference, and it kind of gives a smoother introduction into the next video versus making it so choppy in between. This is usually the transition that I use in all of my videos that I do. I just feel like it is a little bit smoother than some of the other ones. You'll learn along the way, just like I did. You cannot have two transitions right next to each other if they're both in fast forward. So I kind of have to take a little spot in between my transition, and that will just be at regular speed. And then once I have that little break in the video, at this point now I can go through and speed up my video. The only thing that I don't like about iMovie is that you can only go twice as fast. I have my other app that I use, which is InShot, and we'll get more into that later on. But that one, I think you can go like 4 times as fast, which is really nice because sometimes I feel like the video just like takes forever and it's actually in fast forward and it just doesn't seem like it. Now that I've kind of showed you about adding a video, I want to show you adding a picture. And actually, I really do not like iMovie for this. This is how it is. It doesn't show the whole image. You kind of have to do the Ken Burns and start the picture at the top or start it down at the bottom and then have it just slowly transition through the picture as the movie rolls. And I don't like that. So I've figured out that I have to go through my whatever collage or picture layout that you might have, do a really small insert of the picture, and then you can go back through and edit your movie to show the whole image. It's just kind of a runaround, and it's not something that I enjoy doing at this part, but it's better to do it that way, or else you're not going to be able to get a whole image of that picture. Like right here, I went through with my InShot and I actually formatted myself a picture. And so now I'm going to start it at the bottom of the image and I'm going to have it finish at the top, I think. And so you'll see when I go through and press play that it will show you the whole image of the picture versus just the top slowly fading towards the bottom. Sometimes it can take too long to get from the top of the head to the bottom of the image that you're wanting to show. So you can actually go through and shorten the clip, and it will just transition faster from the top of the image to the bottom. And then that just kind of pushes the video to go through a little bit faster. You can see here after I edited in a layout that picture that I wanted to include, that you can actually get a better view of the picture as a whole versus slowly zooming from top to bottom. I'm going to reinsert that picture at the beginning of the video, and I'm going to show you guys how you can have like an introduction to your video. And this is again in iMovie, and I'm going to break it down the different layouts that you can have for the introduction. I feel like when you make the introduction to your video, I feel like this is a good spot for you to go through and just introduce to your audience what the video is going to be about. So for this video, I'm going to do like blonde. And so I would normally go through and be like, hey guys, in this video, we're going to show you how I created this bright ashy blonde for my client, or whatever you want to say. And I'm telling you right now, you're probably going to have to do it like 20 times over because you're going to stumble over your words, and it's totally normal, but you just get used to it, and then eventually it's so much easier. Here you can add the text, and the only thing that I don't like about this is that you cannot specify it to your preference. It kind of is just like you add the text and it places it where you want it to. You can't put it in like the center of the screen, to the side, or anything. It's just however it lines up itself. And here are the different introductions that comes with iMovie. Even though there are some things that I don't like and some things that I wish I could add or change around, I really do appreciate iPhone Movie, because this gives somebody like me who really has no idea how to do anything when it comes to making videos, and this just kind of helps throw it together a little bit more nicer and have some better touches than just like some text on a picture. So I feel like this is a really good option if you have this available to you, that you should really utilize this if you're wanting to start doing videos. Once I go through and have basically everything done and edited within my movie or video, I want to add my soundtrack or music to it, and there's actually only a select few that I like using. Some apps come with pre-downloaded music that you can use, and so I like to go through and add this when I'm done putting my whole video together. The music in these videos extend the whole length of the video. So if you end up making a movie clip that's about 15 minutes long, the music will extend that whole length versus some other apps. If the movie is 15 minutes long, but the song is only 2 minutes, you have to keep reinserting it, and that can be a big pain. Here's a really good website that I found is defont.com, and you can go through, check out all their different fonts that they have, and you can download them. They have lots of different styles, and I think this is really great to personalize your videos a little bit more. And so I would definitely find something that works best for you where you can personalize your videos, because sometimes you only like one or two of the fonts that are accessible to you depending on what you're using. And if you have something like this where you can change it up, or depending on what the video is like, or I don't know, maybe you want to have something that's the same every time. But if you like having variety, I would definitely find something like this where you can change it up as often as you like. This is probably the most important part of making your video right now, and it's the thumbnail. This is an app that I found, and if you don't have anything to make a thumbnail, then honestly your videos are not going to do good at all. I did a lot of research when I first started my YouTube channel, and I learned that if you do not have a good thumbnail, and you also are not in charge of what your thumbnail is, if you cannot customize it, like YouTube will just set your thumbnail at whatever part in the video that it wants it to be. So you have to be really good at creating your thumbnail, be creative, and design it in a way that you like. Some people like to have all their thumbnails kind of look the same, but I kind of change it up a little bit. So I'm just kind of showing you right now how I go through and I do my thumbnail. Type whatever the title is of the video. Something that's really important that I've learned is to have the title of the video also be the title that you describe for your video, and also repeat that in the description of the video. That's going to help the algorithm of YouTube, and it will help place your video up a little bit higher than others, because it's showing that it's a little bit more consistent and that you have a little bit better idea of what you're doing. And these are also some really good ways here for you to see, just play around and see what kind of style do you like, what kind of coloring do you like. There's lots of different fonts, lots of different styles. Just see what you prefer, and having a really good thumbnail is going to be a really good way to make your video show up instead of getting lost in the other videos that are like just piling up in YouTube. You have to realize that you're one out of a million videos, so you really have to make sure that your video stands out more than others. One thing that I've heard is that you can do multiple thumbnails for one video. So maybe upload your video 2 times with different thumbnails, or change out your description or title it differently or whatever. See what does better for your video. If you feel like your video is not getting that much attraction, change up the description of it. Maybe that's something that needs to be fixed. I actually did that with one of my videos that I know was a really good video, and it was actually really like popular content, but for some reason it just wasn't getting as much traction as one of my other videos, which had like 4,000 views, and this one only had like 100. And so I actually changed up the description of it, and now my views are starting to go up. So just play with your videos. Your first few handfuls of videos that you do are not going to be as good as obviously, you know, down the road. So now I'm starting to go back and relook at the ones that I started with and trying to switch those up a little bit more, because they're still good videos, but maybe we've learned some stuff along the way and we just need to change it up a bit to get a little bit more traction in how we know how to add tags and the description and all of that stuff. And maybe we're better at titling our videos. So don't be afraid to go back and change it if you feel like you need to. Another thing is, people think that adding stickers is really good. I personally don't do it too often because I feel like it just kind of clutters the video, and I feel like it's kind of clickbaity a little bit. So personally, I don't add a lot of stickers, but if that's your style, I feel like that could be something that's really good to utilize too. In this next little bit, I'm going to show you actually on YouTube. I'm going to type up some like blonde hair or something, and I want to show you the different thumbnails, or maybe somebody hasn't done a thumbnail and it's just a picture. See what grabs your attention and pay attention to that, because if you can find somebody that's done something successful, try to do that in your own way or your own style. Actually, there's one of mine right now. I didn't notice that. That actually makes me really happy that it's popping up with other videos instead of being like thousands of videos down. So as you're scrolling through here, just try to see what catches your eye. Do you like the before and afters? Do you just like a really pretty finalized look? What kind of fonts do you like? Go through and just type up the content that you're trying to put out there and see what kind of thumbnails catch your attention, and try to create that in your own way. This app is called Pixar, and it's actually one that you have to pay for now. I used to have it a long time ago, but I deleted it, and I'm not going to reuse it anymore because I'm not going to pay for it. But if this is something that you're willing to pay for, I just wanted to show you guys so that way you're aware of this app too. Here's my personal Instagram, and I wanted to show you something. There's little areas in my videos where I might try to be like humorous or try to add something that might be kind of funny. And so I wanted to show you how I do that, because I'm actually not sure how you add clips of somebody else's videos. So I just go into my Instagram stories. I type up whatever it is that I'm looking for. It might just be something silly or just like a brief like 2-second little image just to kind of like throw in some humor or break up the video a little bit. And I think this is a really good way to do it, because all you have to do is type in what you're looking for, save the story to your phone, and it will save that little video. And when you're done with that, you can go to your video that you're creating, and then you can insert that clip into your video. And that's how I go about adding other clips into my videos, only because I'm not smart at this and I'm beginning, but I just wanted to share because people were asking. So this is personally how I go through and add my little clips into my videos. Okay, these are 2 must-have apps that you need to download. It's YT Studio and TubeBuddy. These are specifically for YouTube, and it's going to show you all your analytics. How are your videos doing? How are they ranking? Are you getting more views as of your minutes and everything per this video versus your last ones? It shows you how many views you've had in the last 48 hours. It really breaks down everything. So I really highly recommend researching somebody. I feel like if you look up the content bug, she really breaks down analytics for videos, and this is something that I've really learned to love and to understand. And it helps you understand like what videos are trending a little bit more, where are they ranking, what's your click-through rate, and all that stuff. That's really important. And I would really trust somebody else to watch because I'm still learning and trying to understand things. So I really recommend watching the content bug because she really breaks down all the analytics of the video. So the really good thing is that it will show you like from the very start of your videos when you first started your channel to right now. It will show you like in a timeline your views and how you've grown, and that's one of the biggest things that I like, is to see my growth in the channel. So you can see there like the views and everything, and how are they following. You can see what is your audience retention, how long are they staying and watching a video. They're obviously more than likely not watching the whole thing, so you can see what the average is. So definitely download these apps because you'll really be interested if you're really trying to grow your channel on how to watch your growth. If you're starting your YouTube channel because eventually you want to get monetized, I really think that this is such a good way to keep track of that. So as of right now, you need 1,000 YouTube subscribers and you have to have 4,000 hours watched of content in a year. So this is a good way to pay attention to where do you fall, how much more minutes do you need watched, and you can try to calculate it for a whole year to see how you need to grow. And so right now, this is one of my top viewed videos. It's actually by far has the most views on it. And so I try to always push this out. One thing that you need to be aware of is that if you do want to be monetized, that you can only get paid on videos that are 10 minutes or longer. So try to have a good quality video that you're putting out there. Don't just have a long video just for the sake of a long video, but make sure that you're having good content, and then that will help retain a lot of your viewers. This app is TubeBuddy, and I really like it because it keeps a live count of your subscribers. It also shows you your active growth in every single one of your videos. So you can see there that they're highlighted because those have been watched since I last checked. And then it will also show you how many times it was watched since you last visited to see your views. So this is a really great app to have to keep track. It also shows you if you've hit milestones, and this is also a really good way to keep track of your growth and to hit milestones and hit goals. I generally try to have 100 new followers in a month. Now that I'm starting to pick up a little bit more, I'm probably going to try to have 150 new subscribers every month, and more as the times go on. I've only been doing this for a handful of months, so I'm still learning and still growing. So I'm still trying to figure things out, but as far as I've come, these are some of the biggest tools that have helped me hit goals, and I've reached them every month so far. This is the milestone area, and I like this because it's keeping track of all of my views for me and all of my subscriber count and when I hit certain things. So here it shows me when I hit my 15,000 views, and then I can go through and see exactly the date that I hit 10,000 views. And I want to try to hit my 20,000 views like a week faster than it took me to hit 15,000 views from 10,000. And so this is a really good tool for growing because you want to make sure that you're on track and you're hitting your goals, and being able to go back through and check your milestones is going to be a really good way to push yourself and help grow your YouTube channel. Now we will move on to how I use my InShot app for creating videos. Again, you just add your video, and I start this off the same way as I do with my iPhone. I always turn the volume down and adjust my speed. The thing I like about InShot more is that you can go, I think, like 4 times as fast, where iMovie is just 2 times as fast. So you definitely have more options as far as speed in this app. There are reasons why I like iMovie better than InShot, but InShot honestly has a lot of great things going for it too. So if you don't have an iPhone, don't feel like you won't be able to create good videos, because there are definitely a lot of things that I like better in InShot than I do my iMovie, and one of them is adding font and text. Here you can do whatever text that you want. You can have whatever font that you want to use. You can space it out, you can enlarge it, you can minimize it, you can add color, and you can place the text anywhere in the video that you want. And in iMovie, you're limited, and you honestly have no say in the font that you use or where the placement is. So I feel like this definitely is a good way to add text to your videos. And sometimes I honestly will go through and do my whole video through iMovie, and then if I want to add some text, I will bring it over to this app, and then I will add my text in this for this part of the video, just because I like having more options. Another thing that iMovie doesn't even allow you to do is that you can space out your text and you can elongate it so that it shows up in the movie more than for just a second. And then you can also layer your text. So you can have something pop up at the top of the screen, and then you can have a few seconds later something show up to go along with it. So I really just like having this option because you can add more information if that's something that you're wanting to do. Here, I just want to show you how you can change up your text and how you can have different fonts in the video at a time. And this is a really great option for layering your movie and adding more content to keep interest in your video. That way people don't get bored and then end up clicking off of your video. InShot also has really good options for soundtracks. There's a lot of different CDs that you can choose from in here, and you can add it. You just kind of have to do a little shout out for the creator. That way they get, there's no copyright issues. So in here, I really like some of these tracks. You just need to go in there and play around and see what you like the best. So this is basically it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to add a longer clip to the end of this. I didn't want to include it in this part, but right here, I decided that I would show you actually editing this video, and I'm not going to add any voice clips to it or anything. It's really just me going through and editing it if you want to see the process. And the reason why I started doing this is because in one day I had multiple people ask me, how do I edit my videos and what software do I use? And honestly, don't go out and buy anything crazy. We're just starting out, and don't spend a lot of money just to get started. So I just wanted to show you guys how I go through and edit my videos. And so I've included that in this ending part, so that way you can watch it if you'd like to just watch the process. And it's not the whole video, it's honestly just like the first like 30 seconds or so, maybe not even. And just that 30 seconds of editing took me about 40 minutes. So this is definitely very time consuming. So one of the videos that I've done for 10 minutes of a video took me about 12 hours worth of editing. So just be prepared to spend a lot of time on your phone or your tablet to edit these videos and to put out quality content. So thanks again, you guys, so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you honestly are making it through this whole thing, that means a lot to me. And if you have any questions or comments, don't forget to ask in the comment section below.